Hi, and welcome to the Rise Above Show with Patricia Jo Grover, where we rise above our challenges and we turn believers into achievers. Today, my guest is Marty Munoz. And let me tell you a little bit about Marty. She is a survivor resources conduit. She helps healthcare professionals in all walks of life, women, with resources from counseling, therapy, job career search, and how to start a business. Her programs are online courses, and she does offer a 30-minute free consultation. Marty is also bilingual in Spanish and some Italian. She works hard to help you and to be able to become your greater self, and she's a great listening ear that cares for you. She herself is a survivor and understands too well the ups and downs of surviving domestic violence. Welcome to the show, Marty.
Thank you, Patty. Thank you so much for having me and taking time out of your busy day.
Oh, no, this is all about with the show, it's all about getting people on here, my guests, to come on and to be, because it is encouraging, it's educating and empowering for the viewers and listeners. So it's wonderful again to have you. So I know you have all kinds of exciting stuff going on. So I have some questions for you. Oh,
Sure.
awesome. So let me know what about your how medical staffing and domestic violence go hand in hand.
Well, interestingly, Patty, in the healthcare profession, many women work in silence because they are professional, highly educated, and skilled. Oftentimes, when they're abused, they don't want to talk about it because of shame. They feel shame because, after all, they have college education, they're degreed, they're professionals, and they're the ones that take care of us, right? So after I wrote my first book, I started to share my book with some of the healthcare professionals that I work with in recruitment. I was recruiting and helping them with their staff. And interestingly enough, they started coming out of the woodworks and sharing their story with me. So interesting how it just goes hand in hand. So before you knew it, I had a handful of doctors, handful of nurses, and other healthcare professionals that began to ask questions and wanted to know how I did it, how to heal, what was the steps, and so on and so forth. So that's how that took off.
Right, right. And it is so true. We don't necessarily think that people that are in the healthcare profession are survivors themselves and going through these same struggles, because I don't know why. You just don't make that connection, but it is so true that it's everywhere. Domestic abuse and violence
Yes,
is affects all walks of life, and it doesn't matter
yes,
your race, your culture, the color of your skin. None of that matters. So it is so true. Wow. So
absolutely.
um tell me about your new book that's about to launch.
So this is a second edition. I actually have two back to back that are going to
Okay.
be launching pretty soon. So this is a second edition, and it's giving more of the resources and the tools that I use to help me to get through my challenges. And so it's a second edition, and the third one is the journal. It's a workbook and a journal where a woman can take it daily and do her devotion, her meditation, and write down what it is that she's looking to achieve. Writing some goals, maybe she needs help with the filings, the court filings, how to get some free assistance, because oftentimes women that are in these situations, they don't have the finances. They're single moms, they're struggling moms, and or basically they just don't know what is the next step. So this is a workbook journal, so I'm very proud of this, and these two books should be coming out shortly.
Yay, fantastic, fantastic. And those are resources that women are in need of for sure. So that's fantastic to be able to have that out for people. So let's talk a little bit about, because I've had my show going for a while, but you're taking what you've done for the summits and changing those into shows, and so exciting. So can you tell us a little bit about your new show? And I know it's set to start sometime in February.
Yes, yes. I'm super, super excited and elated. Just brainstorming and just writing down my visions and my goals. I've had the opportunity to work with amazing coaches. And one of the coaches that I was working with, or rather, she was working with me, taught me how to write down the vision and how to take it piece by piece and dissect it. And okay, so you've got a goal, you've got a vision. Not only do you write it down, how am I going to execute this, right? So it's just working with amazing women such as yourself, Patty, to bring this all together. As I mentioned, or you mentioned before, some of the events, the summits that I was hosting prior to, unbeknownst to me, that later I would be able to take these summits and these events and turn them into an actual show. So currently, I'm in training with an amazing, amazing woman. She's got her own TV network, Zandra Evans TV network. And so I am a junior producer. I am in training. And our very first show is set to kick off February the 26th. So I invite you all. I look
Yes.
forward to seeing you. And let's move these mountains out of our way.
Yes. Fantastic. Fantastic. So repeat when that's going to start again.
The start date, the kickoff is February the 26th,
Okay. I just wanted to make
10
sure the
a.m.
viewers and listeners got that.
10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic. And it is true. It is true, Marty. I work with clients every day on the whole process of goal achievement, and you do have to. I mean, there's a lot of steps involved, and you do have to write it down. You do have to date it, but then you also really have to dig deep and get those milestones placed so that you can put that plan together step by step. So, and celebrate along the way, because when you have those wins, you've worked hard to get there.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes, fantastic. So, and now we talked about the show, but some other exciting stuff, because you have a new magazine launch too.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. I began to just wonder and ponder what an opportunity it would be to serve the women that have been on my show and offer an extension, which would be the magazine. It is called Legacy Magazine. And yeah, that's going to be launched actually in March. So as you are part of the show in February, in March, you will be featured in our brand new magazine.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. And that's similar to what I'm doing myself, Marty, with I have my show that I've changed from the Patricia Jo Grover show, where we turn believers into achievers, and I just did changes to making it the Rise Above show with Patricia Jo Grover, where we rise above our challenges and turn believers into achievers. And I'm doing something similar with that. Having a summit associated with the guests that I've had on the show, so that they can have more exposure. And actually, as the goal achievement strategist, it's all about helping people to move forward towards achieving their dreams and goals. So,
Absolutely.
and with you're doing the magazine, and I will be doing an anthology book series. So we're all out there, and it's serving. It's serving and helping people move forward. So
Yes.
it's exciting. It's exciting stuff. And just with everything that we've had going on in the world with COVID,
Hmm.
so many people have let it suffocate their dreams and goals.
Right.
And what I have continuously said is we need to focus on our futures.
Yes.
And everyone, and with my show, and I share and teach people that they are worthy, and that they are capable, and they're not in this alone. And that's what you're doing, Marty, with the guests that you have on your show are serving. And that's the thing,
Yes.
everyone is serving. And and women that have been through domestic violence and abuse, or any type of a domestic relationship that has been that can be detrimental to them, whether it be physical, sexual, mental, financial, even. And it really, it's so exciting to be able to be part of something like that, to be a benefit to these people that need and deserve more in their lives.
Right. It's gratifying. It's such a gratification. My thought process is I've been through something, I can help someone. And so it's very rewarding, very gratifying. It just blesses my soul to be able to help another human being, especially in today's world where so many people are depressed. I get so many phone calls and emails from women that are just hurting around the world. And some of these women are professional women, highly educated, masters, PhDs. And so what that tells me, Patty, is that the universe is hurting, the universe is moaning and groaning. They want an answer. What is it that motivates us that keep going? What motivates us? What keeps us going? And I know for me, one of my coaches, going back to one of my coaches, she said what helps her get out of bed is she stops and thinks about somebody out there in the universe that's hurting, somebody out there that needs her. And so, how selfish would it be for us to withhold any knowledge, any information? What good is it if you have what you have in terms of education? Maybe you've accomplished things in life, fantastic. But what are you doing with it? And so I think I've always been in the helps ministry ever since I was a little girl. And possibly because of my background, the abusive background that I come from. But I don't let that stop me. I don't let it deter me. It saddens me so much when I hear people, men as well, say, I don't have anything to offer. I have no gifts. I have no talents. It really just saddens me. So I'm a voice. I'm just one voice out there that wants to be of service, that wants to help. And I think it was your guest speaker that you had on your mastermind that said people have told him, why don't you charge? Well, sometimes you don't have to charge because you know that it comes back to you.
Right.
What you give comes back to you, good or bad.
That is so true.
I prefer the good. I prefer to give and serve the good, right?
Yes. Yes. That's fantastic. And yes, and it really, it really does come from a place inside the heart of service and really
Yep.
making a difference. And it just when you hear that message, and I know when I get messages from viewers and listeners and clients and saying, boy, what a difference, it has made, and it's enabled me to do things that I never thought were possible. That is, I mean, priceless, I have to say. It is amazing. Wonderful, wonderful. So exciting. So do you have any other things coming up that you'd like to share with our viewers and listeners?
Well, as I mentioned, I have the two books coming back to back. I have the magazine, the new show that's going to be kicking off. And we're working on something amazing that will be coming out pretty soon as well. And that's the opportunity to travel. For me, travel has always been in my heart. And prior to the COVID, I was making all these plans. I was going to go here, I was going to go there, and then COVID locked us down, right?
Right.
So I think what an opportunity for women to be able to be part of not only the show, not only the magazine, but how about include travel? So I'm working on something that's going to include traveling conferences for women that have participated in my show. So, yep, that's
Oh,
basically.
fantastic. Fantastic. That's exciting. And I know you and I had talked about, travel before and how it was such a big part of what you wanted to do. So that's exciting news.
I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Wonderful. So now, Marty, do you have any gifts for our viewers or listeners?
Absolutely, 100%. If you are a woman in need, regardless of your background, your skills, your expertise, or maybe you're the stay-at-home mom and you bake cookies for your children, I have a free opt-in. If you dial into 26786, 26786, and type in the word med staff, and along with that, you're going to get the free 30-minute consultation that I can walk you through the steps that are needed for your journey. Not my journey, but your journey. So I'm available to anyone that needs my help. 26786 Med Staff.
Fantastic, fantastic. And we'll put that in for the viewers and listeners below in text as well. So for everybody that, has joined us here, this has been the Rise Above show with Patricia Jo Grover, and this is where we rise above our challenges and we turn believers into achievers. To find out more about me, you can go to patriciajogrover.com. And I have my gifts from me. If you text the word GOAL, GOAL, to 26786, they'll come right to your inbox. I look forward to having you with me next time. And thank you, Marty, for being with me today.
Thank you, Patty. Thank you so much.
There. Okay, bye-bye, y'all.